What's up, everybody? This is Jay, and this video is about Angie Valdez's death finally revealed. Now, a lot of people had a lot of speculation, didn't want to believe she was dead or whatever the case, but we finally got proof what happened. Please hit that like. I'm trying to get 100 likes, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that bell. Let's get into it. Now, when it first started off, that we realized that everybody had a lot of love and hate for Angie, and she loved Jamie too, okay, and she hated him, but in the end they had a lot of scenes together, and they were really the main relationship of the show. Other than Ghost and Tommy, it was Ghost and Angie. And so she was arrested almost when season 5 let off, and her lawyer Big Red talked her into, getting 24 hours to think about it. And so she went to go see her Jamie. And so when they were talking, she said, "Did you get that receiver?" And then he told her he didn't. And so she came and she gave him a little kiss or whatever. And so they were smooching. And then while they were smooching, of course, she saw Tommy. She pushed him out the way and took the bullet for him. "I took a bullet for you, Jamie." "Jamie, no. I don't want you to die, honey, no." And then Tommy was sitting there with a little smirk on his face because he killed his girl, and now he killed Ghost Girl. And so when it first comes on the season 6, episode 1, she's in the hospital, in the ambulance, and she's saying, looking at Ghost, and she said, "Jamie, Jamie," and then she kind of like pass out, and then it's Officer Friendly staring at him, and they racing down the street in the ambulance, and Ghost is worried. He's right next to her on the gurney while they bringing her in the hospital, and then Dr. Doolittle was telling him he can't go. And it was Dr. Doolittle because they could do little to save Angie's life pretty much. And they asked him, was he the husband? He said no. They made him stay outside while Officer Friendly questioned him. So he was a little in shock still about what was happening. And so while they were questioning him, he was kind of, still in shock. And then they had a black detective. And, if a black woman, a detective, she gonna get to the bottom of it. You ever tried to cheat on your woman or whatever, she gonna figure it out, especially if it's some phone records. Anyway, he's getting questioned. She like, yeah, you got that blood on you. Look like you was pretty close. You kind of big. You was in front of her. It should have been you that was shot. What happened? And he's saying, "I didn't kill her. I didn't do it." And so Officer Friendly really ain't had much to say. He was just sitting there worried about lunch. And so next thing you know, they let him go. He's in the waiting room, and he's just pacing back and forth. And then he's just worried about Angie, worrying if she's gonna make it. She's in the surgery right now, and they had mentioned that she was in surgery. And so while then he's sitting there in the lobby, he's going down memory lane. Of course, he remembering that first night that he saw her, and then when they were walking through the old neighborhood together, and all the good times that they had since they rekindled their relationship. They really didn't show too much when they was kids, but he still was affected by that. And so Angie, she just had that, effect on him. That was the love of his life. And so while he was sitting there taking a walk on memory lane, Paz come out. "You kill her. You kill my sister. No, you kill her. You do that. You kill my sister." And so then that's how he realized that she was dead. He's trying to, at one moment, cry, and then he pulls himself together, and now he's angry that she's dead, and now he's realizing that she dead, and what he's got to do is he's gonna have to kill Tommy now. And at the same time, he's still in shock. It's all moving so fast. And some people say, well, she may not be dead, it may be a plot. But when Old Earth found out in ball sacks, and they was all talking, she said Angela was pronounced dead 10 minutes ago. If it was some type of plot or plan, why would they be upset and talking about how Angie was dead? And then even ball sacks tried to blame Jerry, but he was mad. He's saying it wasn't his fault. They should have held her. They should have arrested her. And so everybody was upset that she was dead. Sacks, he worried that he's not going to be able to convict everybody on that board, Tasha, Ghost, and everything. And so everybody was upset. And if it would have been a plan, they wouldn't have been as upset because they know the truth. Who could she have pulled the plan off to go into witness protection if it wasn't with their help? And meanwhile, we see Paz she's still next to Angie's dead body. She's sitting there holding her hand, getting the last moments with her sister. If Angie was, gonna come back, she wouldn't just continue to be laying there still like that. And then Sax Fifth made his way down there, and she said, yeah, I heard you was an asshole. And he like, yeah, I was, but we want to get this dude. We want you to fill out an autopsy. And she didn't want to do it. You're not going to cut my sister. You're not going to mutilate her body. No. You know what, Jamie St. Padre, they did it. Go get him. And then he's saying, well, we need this autopsy evidence, which, I mean, she was shot. I don't know what the autopsy evidence can prove as far as that Ghost did it, but nevertheless, we see that Ghost was still going down memory lane while he was out in the parking lot, and he was thinking about Angie, and then he was just realizing that Lion King roar may have scared Tommy away, but Tommy is still out there somewhere. And last but not least, at the end of the episode, Ball Sacks was in the morgue, and Angie's body is cold now. You can see that it's no longer warm, and that she's dead. And he's staring, and he said, I'm gonna get them that did this. And then we see wannabe J-Lo walk in, and she talking about, who you going to get, huh? And he said, he didn't really say a name, but they realized, she said they on a task force working together to bring down the killer. And so in the end, it's going to be interesting to see how this affects everybody in the show. Ghost, Tommy, Tasha, Tariq, Ball Sacks and company. Sax Fifth, he for some reason now wants to get revenge for Angie. When he wanted to sleep with her, then he was mad and wanted to arrest her because he felt that she was responsible for Greg. Now all of a sudden he wants to get revenge for her. So I don't know what's going on in his mind, but I want to debunk any theories that Angie is still alive or Angie is going into witness protection or any of that. Angie is dead. No more Jamie, no more Angie, no more love. It's all over. Adios. No mas. And with that being said, I know some people still not going to believe it. I tried to tell people in videos earlier in the year that she's not even listed in the show, that she's going to be dead, but people didn't want to hear it. And I mean, Power is a show that's rooted in realism. So if they wanted to keep it real, they needed to have Angie die. When you got shot with that high caliber of a weapon in center mass, she only 100 and something pounds, as small as she is. Somebody made up a point. What about Holly? Holly got shot. She survived. Holly was shot in the shoulder with like a Derringer or a 22. So that's a smaller bullet that she was shot with. And that's the difference. So in the end, adios, Angie. I miss you, honey. I miss talking like you. Maybe we see you again. Bye-bye. Bye, Jamie. I love you forever. I want to thank everybody that support me at patreon.com. You are my biggest fans and my biggest supporters. Without your help, I wouldn't be able to continue to grow my channel. And last but not least,
thanks for watching. Please subscribe and don't forget to bang, bell, and smash